Red Live. See, right Red Live. Sean, now you cannot talk about all the things you were skipping. We have a guest today. Sean and I
Hello.
Sean and I are crawling out of the frozen south. It's 24 degrees here in Dallas right now. And
That's
what's it
like
like by you,
like
Scott?
-10 in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is.
it is. So
The wind chill area.
Sean's here today, and mostly we're here to talk about his CLSB politics. He's going to have a live show at 4 this afternoon. You can call in, you can dial into his network, into his YouTube, whatever, however you get there. And just check in with him about that. And we just thought we'd bring him along and give him a chance to say a few things. And then we get a lot of good questions from y'all. So you got about 10 minutes, Sean.
Okay. So I'm doing my very, very first live show. If you're familiar with my channel, I mostly just record it and then post it. I don't do a lot of live stuff at all. But I realized that I follow a few people on YouTube, and one of them had not done a live program in a very long time, was talking about the experience. And I was like, you know what? I've never done one. I've been on YouTube now for almost a year and a half. I've got over 300 shows on my channel now. Never mind the shorts, just the full programs. And it's probably double that with the shorts. So I figured it was probably a good time. I get a lot of questions. People randomly pop in and just comment, and they ask me stuff. And I answer everybody that I can. So I try not to miss anyone when they ask me a question, but then I realize it's probably an opportunity. I don't know how this is going to go, because I'm going to be reading and answering questions at the same time. And
it's lots of fun.
Oh, I can't even imagine how much fun this is going to be. And my questions are going to be like paragraphs, because there's going to be a lot of caveats. So should be fun. I did finish my U.S. Senate series and my congressional series. Now I've looked at every FEC report for every candidate that's currently running for any federal seat in the country right now. Wouldn't recommend doing that. So I've got a pretty good database, and I can quickly look up stuff if I need to. And I've got it all kind of set up right now, ready to go. So I'm hoping I can answer questions in a timely manner. But a lot of people have a lot of concerns. I don't do a lot of red meat anti-Trump stuff on my channel because it's not really what my channel's about. There's like 1,000 million other channels you can go to if that's kind of stuff. But I talk about the mechanics of campaigning, the effects that the orange idiot will have on campaigns. I'll talk about all day, and what the numbers might look like. But I'm sure I'll get is Trump going to end our country? I'll just answer that one: no. Our country's been around for a quarter century. We're still going to be here long after this orange idiot's dead. So yeah, that's going to be my answer to that. But I know, a lot of people have questions about, was the 2024 election rigged, and what about the elections in Texas, and what does the Senate outlook look like? And I'll tell you right now, I think we're taking back the Senate. I think we're going to be somewhere between 18 and 25 congressional seats flipped this cycle. And we're going to take, Omaha's going to go blue this cycle. I truly believe there's a congressional seat in Nebraska guaranteed to flip. I think there's 3 in Wisconsin that could flip, in my opinion. 1, 3, and 8. Mm-hmm. So, there's a lot of seats out there. I think upstate New York, there's at least 4 seats. Now we're going to lose some seats in Texas because of gerrymandering, and I'm going to talk about that. I hope you're asking me about that, because I was listening to a history professor talk about Texas. He used to teach at UT, and he called Texas an apartheid state. And I was like, well, that seems extreme. And then when I thought about it, I was like, no, that's actually exactly right. When 40% of an ethnic group controls 90% of the levers of power in a state, what else are you going to call it? So there's, There's
Yeah.
some stuff out there that I would expect I would get a lot of questions about. Now, if you ask me about a specific congressional seat in like Massachusetts, I will have to open something up. I can't keep all that in my head. But if they ask me about mechanics and campaigns, Lord knows I can answer that. And so that's kind of what I expect. I hope comes through my channel. You have to be a subscriber to my channel to comment. So hope that keeps some of the crazies out beyond the crazies that I love and adore that are currently part of my channel. So,
Probably some of the same ones we have. One of the things, if you want to ask Sean about anything, he can talk to you about numbers and money and what a difference money makes. How much money does the governor of Texas currently have in his PAC?
Cash on hand. And I'm not talking how much he's spent over the last year. He's over $100 million. And that's the most of any elected official
I've ever
in the
heard
country outside of a presidential.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen that number before. Never seen it. 9 digits? What?
So if you're talking there's a lot of people in the chat I know that are from Texas. And they're going, what can I do? What's the best thing you can do as an individual if you want to help offset that money?
Well, you want to do what's got the highest return on investment, and that is something that you can do because you probably have like 2 jobs and a family and other stuff. It's got to be practical and applicable and relevant to the overall number. And anyone who's watched my channel or heard you and I talk, Nancy, about canvassing, I'm an advocate for taking control of your precinct. Just don't try and change Texas. Don't try and turn Texas blue. That's a $100 million problem. But work on your precinct and knock on all the doors on your precinct a couple times between now and November, and then maybe a third time before a vote, so you can get all the people out that you know are going to vote for a Democrat. That's what I would do. And if you called whoever the Democrat is running in your area and say, hey, I want to canvass for free, I need some door hangers, and they can cut just your precinct's turf in van, give you a 10-digit number, and then let you go. That's all it is. It's a 10-digit number and an app, and you just need some door hangers, and you can go and knock on all the doors in your precinct. Now, if 3,000 people did that in Texas, that $100 million wouldn't matter, because there's about 3,000 precincts that if they got that kind of attention where you can knock on a door, stand on your front porch and say, hello, I am your neighbor, that would be game changing.
You said your show starts at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Central?
It'll be 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Wisconsin time.
The real time, the time that runs through the middle of the country that we all should be on.
Oh, I've been on calls with California. Those are so weird.
Oh no, I'm arranging a psychic profiles with a lady in New Zealand right now, and she's really cool. She sent me the New Zealand time change, so I have to and tells me the date and the time and everything else.
I mean, you can also ask Google; it'll tell you. I have to, because I have friends on Guam. I talk to quite a bit, and I'm basically what I do for Guam, because BT Dubs, I grew up over there. I basically assume I'm either going to talk to them in my morning, which will be their evening, or their evening, which will be my morning. Right. That's it. Anything outside that, you're either disrupting their sleep or they're disrupting your sleep. But if you do it in the mornings or the evenings, you'll be fine.
That's right. That's what she basically said. Look at these time frames for me.
When we can both see the sun setting and rising, that's when you want to talk to them.
Okay. Well, that's your 10 minutes.
All right. Hope to see everyone there at 4 p.m. Today, Central Standard Time.
CLSB Politics.
That's right. Just like it is down there. You Google it, you put that on YouTube, I'll pop up. You'll see this face.
That smiley little face. Used to be a cute baby face, but now it's getting to be old. Now he's starting to look like other family members.
Oh, Mom.
We won't go into that. Bye. Okay. All right. We're going to go to our questions that came in this morning, some of which. Do you have anything else you need to say, Scott, about your world before we start?
Nope, just cold.
Just cold.
Well, it's like Sean was talking about the Senate. Alaska, Mary Pelosi is running now. That's a very good sign. People like her. She can beat Sullivan.
And she's run statewide.
Yes.
I mean, because there ain't that many people in the state. It's like
Right.
Texas has too many and they don't have enough.
Kevin says the Republican in his district in Texas is always unopposed.
That may not be true this year. I think every single place has someone running. So go to Sean's show. He has the whole list. He knows who's running against who. Will the Federal Reserve remain independent from the government? We're going to throw cards on it because
the Federal is. God, there's so much crazy going on, and everything gets jumbled.
And they're removing all the safeguards that protect all of us. So we're going to use bunny cards. I'm in a bunny card kind of mood. I'm also going to warn the entire crowd that I'm running on my third day of serious cold pills because I got the crud. So when my voice starts fading, yes, I am trying to take care of it, but no, it's not working so well.
Well, Kevin says local Republicans own his area.
Oh, his state house rep?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Eventually, yes.
They're going to try, though.
Yeah, it's going to be chaotic with the pressure here.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a tower coming up. And meaning like judges may get involved or something for the independents. So it feels like there's a chaotic moment for a while,
right?
You know, but then everything is settled back the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I've got them spreading lies about why they should do this and really trying to disrupt business because that puts all the money back in the hands of the people who want to have all the money instead of having it in the hands of people. I see that the effort to keep it separate is going to be victorious. There's going to be a lot of painful looking at and having to learn about and understand. But at the end, I think we realize this whole effort's being pushed by liars and it's not going to get through. What can I say?
Do you remember what Slotkin's motion's about, Bill?
Yeah, there's emergency housing. They cut all emergency housing for people that have problems and have to move quickly and stuff. And the Republicans completely eviscerated. I mean, they cut it out, and she put it back in, and it's gotten a lot of. It's like healthcare. People are like, no, you can't just throw it out. I don't remember all of the things, but it's the kind of way that the federal government has helped with emergency housing. Will
so it's a funding project that got split.
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. The normal for the last year.
Like anything that helps people, we get rid of. Anything that helps companies, we keep. Mine is that she did a really workman-like job on the bill, and that I see it's got the page of wands pushing it through. After that, it gets a little murky because people don't understand parts of it, but eventually she gets the people to agree with it. So
You
I think it's going to go through.
um
It may take a couple tries, guys. So
yeah, it isn't now
mm-mm.
because I'm getting it decisions waiting and then getting cut right now
Mm-hmm.
or contemplation. I mean, we're coming up very soon on the government shutdown again.
I know.
It could be part of that, something like that. But this emergency, I'm not getting it working right now. But it does look like a general overall, kind of like the ACAs being a fight. It does feel like funding works.
Right.
They don't truly want to cut. I mean, as far as an overall. Hi, Barb.
Okay. Next question. Will Michael Cohen get his pardon from Trump? This person asked two questions. So, no, this person asked one question. So we're going to leave it with that. Will Michael? The first thing I heard was a giant from my guides. No, are you shitting me? But my little
You
fellow.
folks didn't know. I seen Midas Touch cut ties with Michael Cohen.
Mm-hmm.
Because as we kind of know, I think I mentioned a month ago here that I had suspicions about Cohen, and I unsubscribed from everything from him like a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, will Cohen get a pardon? Why would he need a pardon?
Because of some stuff. He's been living out in the cold, the Five Pentacles. I don't know what woman is in there advocating for him. It's being balanced right now. And this is all turning out to be yes, he's going to get it from Trump. And then Trump's going to want him to say sweet things.
I mean, he's living free now. Why would he need a pardon?
I don't know.
Does it give back
unless something was going to open it up again.
It's not going to get back his lawyer license or anything like that.
I don't know. Texas just passed a law that you don't have to be part of the bar to be a lawyer in Texas. You could come out here and practice.
This is true. In the past, I do get secret talks about a pardon because I get the moon along with documentation showing the sycophantic love in the background. But then I get Queen of Cups, Nine of Swords, and the Heartbreak card.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't bode well for a pardon. Like, it would look bad. I mean, he's pardoned worse. But yeah, I got a woman there too for some reason. In the end, King of Swords, Strength, and the Chariot. He says he's erratic enough to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So the King of Swords could be the pardon attorney, taking care of it, and Chariot's taking charge. It's unwarranted. It's probably a female telling him, don't do it.
Mm-hmm. His wife
or Susie Wilds, whatever, but it sure looks like it's in play.
Okay. Jasmine Crockett become U.S. Texas Senator. I like her.
Like,
Not unless she gets her act together. Although the poll that they're touting all over the headlines, whenever they talk about polls, I always ask Sean because he knows how to go in and look at the polls. And the one that they're saying where Tallarico was beating her by like almost 10 points, they only went to 960 voters, which is not in Texas. In some states, that would be a reasonable sample. It is not in Texas. And he said it depended on where they chose them. So you got to really watch polling numbers. If you like Jasmine Crockett, go vote for her. If you don't. If you're in Texas, if you like her, support her. If you don't. Tallarico's not a bad guy, and he's working his butt off. I've already seen Tallarico signs up. I've not seen a Crockett sign up yet, yard sign. And our primary is the 3rd of March. That's like tomorrow if you're doing campaigning. By the time you get everything up and running.
it's like 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's not like nothing. But anyway, what I got for her becoming senator was Ace of Wands, yes. That she's in this kind of hiding period, which I don't understand. But it's going to be an end to everything she's known before. She's not using her own power. She's listening to other people about how to run. But this card, I know it looks bad, but that's the 6 of Swords, and that's moving on, and that means changing positions. So I think it's a yes. I think she's going to do it, but it's going to be a weird race.
From the past, I get she's a lovable person.
Mm-hmm.
People like her truth and clarity with Ace of Swords.
Mm-hmm. But they have to hear it.
United with public service. It feels like more folks like that she was in federal, unlike Tallarico,
Mm-hmm.
since she was a federal officer.
Yeah.
There's a bit of disappointment for funding for some reason. So I get the lazy card too, the 4 of Cups, but it's like I get the wealthy financing person.
I've seen her numbers for her fundraising. She's okay.
She's okay.
They may not know how to spend the funds.
Okay. Yeah, there's something about the business financing, who's heading it, whatever, but being lazy too. I got that 4 of Cups also.
To tell you that what I feel is there's a lot of people around her like Kamala, like you've got it, kid, instead of saying you have to fight for it every day.
So my outcome shows she wins the primary. So that's what I currently ask. I ask win the primary in March.
And the Republicans are in complete disarray.
Knight of Coins.
Right.
Honor. She's got the energy with Knight of Wands. And then making decisions. So this is the only negative card in my outcome. Mm-hmm. It's not a bad card, but it's a decision card, evaluating. But that, with the other two, it shows the honor of the position. So right now the energy is leaning her way. But like you said, she needs to get out there.
Well, they all need to get out there, as far as I'm concerned.
So not any of a race, they just have to win the popular, right?
Well, there's only 2, so somebody's going to win. As long as that's why Colin Allred pulled, so there wouldn't be a runoff. And in the Republicans, they have 3 people in the race, so they will have a runoff. I mean, it's very, very difficult to run a 3-way race and not have a runoff.
So they have to get over 50%?
50% plus 1.
And then there's another runoff if they don't get 50%. Oh, crazy.
Okay. Will the mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Free, run for governor of the state of Minnesota, and will he win? I'm just going to go as if he's going to win, because he can't win unless he runs. So makes it one question.
just feels too chaotic to right now to jump into running for mayor or
No,
maybe
he's
governor.
governor. Not really, because Walsh pulled out, so somebody's got to go in it. Was Klobuchar going to run?
She hasn't announced.
Okay.
I haven't heard who's going to take over for him. You'd think lieutenant governor would, Flanagan or whatever. Or is she running for Senate?
He's really a strong person, but then all the rest of the cards right now are no. No, and no. He doesn't have it. So there's so many distractions in that state. I'm going to ask if Klobuchar is going to run and win.
If he does, I think he'd be victorious. But like you said, too, there's a lot of chaos going right now. Just trying to calm things down in Minneapolis right now.
Mm-hmm.
With the devil in there right now, trying to bring chaos to an empress and make things better.
I got Klobuchar's not going to run either. I don't know. I mean, every state has a lot of people we don't know about that are good. So, and here's something Scott knew more about it than I did.
Do you remember? Have you heard who's running for Senate? What about that lieutenant governor? Is she running for Senate?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I met Klobuchar when she was running for Senate the first time. It was right after I'd had pneumonia in 2006. And it was the first thing I went to. It was a breakfast for her. And she came across the room, and here I am, just a little old lady sitting on the edge of the room without big bucks, big names, or anything attached to me. She came across and she said, I understand. This is the first place you've come to. Are you really feeling okay to be here? And I said, yeah, it was fascinating meeting her because I got to hear her whole backstory at the very beginning. She's an interesting lady, but she really, when you meet politicians that do that kind of stuff, you've met somebody who's a real person. Not just because it happens to me. I've watched politicians do it with other people. Okay, yuck. Will Sasha Barris, also known as William Sasha Riley, testified his experience. And I'm not going to know about his. We got a lot of other people that need to go to prison. And this one's not even all the way out there, but will his story be proven out to be true enough for people to pursue it? And if you don't know what it is, I'm not going to go into all the grim details, but you can, if you Google him, you'll find more stuff than you wanted to read. He was sold into Epstein's circles as a child and was trafficked as a child by Epstein. And then he had a 20-year distinguished service in the military and stuff.
21, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting he is speaking out with a page of wands on the bottom. There are records from his military days that can easily be found.
Mm-hmm.
Knight of Coins is an honorable guy. I think
Mm-hmm.
Ace of Coins, I think he has the information needed.
Mm-hmm.
But there's heavy stress and burdens about being public.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I get like hidden testimony and burdens from hidden. I mean, he doesn't want to be like public testimony kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not to stay in the shadows, but I think he's got the information that's truthful. But heavy arguments and fear of conflicted about being public.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather stay in the moon. But according to these, I got honorable in testimony, and Ace of Coins represents, you know, the security, everything's there.
I got 2 5s. I got the 5 of cups and the 5 of swords. It shows it's in a lot of change, but what he's basically saying is truthful. But it's going to take a while before we can see what we need to see about it.
I've seen some reporting that his dad went into kind of hiding, deleted
Well,
his
I would too.
deleted his social media.
Where does Greenland take up? Where does the Greenland takeover end? Do you want to see if he even tries it? Because I got a feeling he's been told now not to try it. That could bring our military in. Because when we start being against NATO,
Yeah, Crazy Pants is wants to put tariffs on the EU, and EU
yeah,
is
well, we know what happens to his tariffs. They're here today and gone tomorrow. All they do is disrupt our economy.
Crazy Man is making China great again.
Mm-hmm.
China has had a $1.5 trillion surplus, trade surplus, thanks to us being dumb.
Okay, it's going to be over this summer. He's going to be over this summer. That's my season card. All the rest of the cards are, he's going to keep brandishing this about. He's going to ride around like the Knight of Swords saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. But then I don't see anything ever getting done. Can never get everybody on the right page. No action is taken. And he's just going to continue to be his old intemperate self. So when's it going to be over? Summer.
I think it's just a crazy idea. It's like the crazy of the Howling at the Moon. It's nonsense why he wants to do this, but it's like a crazy idea. So with the sun there, but then I get he's restricted. So 8 of Swords, strength and community, so he might be restricted by government. They might finally do something in Congress, because most of them are highly against it from what I've seen. So I get restrictions, strength from Congress possibly with that 4 of Wands. So the Page of Wands, 5 of Swords, and Ace of Coins in the end. Mm-hmm. So there's some betrayals, some lies, some struggles, the way he's speaking, and the security feels like it's already there for Greenland and whatnot, but it's betrayal. So I don't see it happening. As far as my timing cards,
that's the first time I've gotten a timing card on that. So
most of them are mixed. I have no definite on timing, but it doesn't feel long.
Jack Smith to testify to the public before the House Judiciary Committee on January 22nd, which will be
this week.
And will the information revealed grab public attention?
In the wrong ecosphere.
Yeah, well.
The right-wing medias don't cover it live or talk about it. It happens every time. That information comes out. It's like MAGA on my Facebook doesn't even see that stuff. They don't even know about it. They just say I'm lying if I comment.
Well, they had 35 years of Rush Limbaugh to make them inured to it, right? And then the Rush Limbaugh lookalikes that followed after he left.
What's gonna happen with Jack Smith? Speaking out with documentation. Of course, Republicans are going to be combative. Like normal.
Well, it's because he wants to indict most of the people that are on that committee. What do you want?
I know, right?
I wouldn't treat him with open arms either.
So yeah, it's an issue when there's combativeness in between the good man standing up and
Mm-hmm.
you know, the committee with that 3 or 4 wands. Outcome, I get Queen of Swords, Page of Wands, and the Moon. If I didn't have the Moon there, I say yeah, it would make sense. But the people that need to hear it aren't going to take it in.
Yep.
You know, with that Moon.
And
I mean, they already released his 8 hours of behind closed doors.
I got that the star, that a lot of what he wants to say is going to get out there, but it's not going to be met with the strength to push it. And that it's got the 8 of Wands upside down, means it's not going to move quickly, but eventually it sinks in. It sinks into people where it's going, and people are going to start to make some more decisions about whose boat they want to be in and whose boat they don't. But it's not going to be instantaneous. It's not going to be like what we would like to see. Of course, what do we want to see? Do we want to see a bunch of people that we would normally think were relatively sane charge the Congress? I mean, you know. Okay, and let's see. Now we're into, those were all the things that people wrote in early. We've already asked, we had some people ask about Greenland. We don't think that it's going to happen. We have a new moon tomorrow. Yep, tomorrow. So somebody thinks he's going to have a mental breakdown. I think they mean mental. They type as well as I do. If he has one, we won't see it. I mean, what do you mean? He's kind of having one now.
Let's go mental.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get frustrated so much. Looking at news is just like all this bad stuff that's out there, and it doesn't break, and the Republicans do nothing. And it seems like the only thing they want to do right now is stand up against the Greenland thing and probably put the tax credits back on. It's the only thing they're willing to seem to do right now. Everything else is kind of like blah, blah, blah. Defend 45, crazy pants.
Mm-hmm.
We need the Epstein files out. That'll give them a mental breakdown.
Rumors are the next target city is Los Angeles. I don't think so. Didn't the feds already throw him out of California?
Yeah.
I believe he's building up troops in Alaska to send into Minnesota. He made the mistake of sending Southern troops into Minnesota. It's not a good thing. It's very cold up there.
It's so dumb. It's like Minneapolis is like 400,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you got the outskirts, but the percentage of immigrants is a lot less than like Texas, you know.
Oh, God, yeah. But see, there'd be no business in Texas. All of them are run by immigrants. I mean, there'd be no way to run business. I like Scott's new do. It makes you look younger.
It's still gray.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I'm trying to find my old man look yet. What I like. Trying to get over my gray, all gray.
Here's one. Good luck to us on Sunday to keep looking for the shiny things. Keep on trucking. Keep your vibrations light. Yes.
Boop, boop. Yeah.
I think the World Cup.
Friday, I passed some young kids walking in Milwaukee, and they were so excited, and they kept going, pull the horn. Every once in a while you see that, and they just got so excited from that loud air horn. Love it.
Do you think the World Cup's going to come to the U.S.?
That's a tough one. I mean, I think it's coming, but attendance is going to be bad.
Yeah, I don't think anybody else in the world's going to come visit it. So
we're on the do not travel list. We're on the do not travel list from the world.
Well, we got 75 countries that can't send people in. Well, that sort of limits it.
World Cup. What is going to happen in the World Cup this summer? What's going to happen in the World Cup this summer?
Yeah, I got 100% no, and just we're going to try to put up a good front, but none of the cards I got yet. Money doesn't come in. Nobody gets what they want. They don't feel like they're getting what they want from it. Ten of Swords means that I think it's too late to pull it, to put it somewhere else. Although Canada said they could take it, and it's going to hurt us financially the way we look. But the bottom line is that we're going to be very defensive about it. But I could read that both ways. Will it toast the U.S. or will it just be a failure?
Yeah, it's very chaotic trying to put it together here because I got a 5 of Swords in the middle of creating this World Cup here. King of Cups. I mean, there's the goodness having it here, but then it's all chaotic in the middle. I do get something changing though, because I get a Wheel of Fortune. In the Hierophant, you be the committee, Page of Wands, speaking, and then some kind of change with the Wheel of Fortune. Then I get my Justice, Judgment, Knight of Coins, and the Moon as an outcome. So there is a last minute change, but it may be too late to make it, fruitful here. Because the judgment's already come upon us. But I would say there's a change before summer happens, but maybe too late. The leadership or
yeah, I know. I don't think they can do it.
Or ice, so that it's too chaotic to do it. I get a huge loss of money though. All of coins.
Okay, this is a question. This was a guy who asked about Republicans run unopposed always, but he was saying, he goes on to say it's always in the federal that they always have a contest, and that's only recently. Local, no. And this is backwards. You should run people in local offices so you can build up their credibility to be able to go into higher offices, and that's how you learn. You learn if you even like it. I had a candidate. She was absolutely brilliant as a city council person, but she really didn't like working within governmental structures, so she does things through other groups now. So if you live in an area and this is not going to help us this year because we're all well into it, but
Oh, good Lord.
you should run for the local offices and get used to them and get a feel for how the government works. And what else we got?
That makes sense, Rossi. They'll spread out the cup. Barb says it costs like 2 to 3 months rent just for one ticket. Holy cow!
Well, then they're not going to get my money. They wouldn't get it anyway. But okay, well, our allies have no choice but to release the Epstein files.
I think we've looked at coming from overseas, and I don't think we ever gotten anything.
Yeah, I don't think so, but we can try again because it's certainly nothing's happened on this end.
Well,
an ally or a foreign nation release.
Yeah, another nation. Any release any files.
Got what is the stress of the truth, but they want to protect their own people too, so they're going to let it out in a way that protects their people. It's going to be a country that has a male leader. It's not going to give us the answers we want because it's not as complete as we want, and not everybody's going to agree to what's in there. So it's just going to be like all the other Epstein file stuff we've seen.
I get heavy burdens of releasing information
because it's got their people in it too.
Yeah. My outcome is Moon, Four of Cups, and the Five of Swords. Conflicts. The Four of Cups is being lazy about it. Moon, dark secrets. I just don't see it.
Nope.
I don't know. I think things are going to be okay by when the Olympics are here.
Which is in the
2028. We're hosting the 2028 Olympics.
Texas refuses to be normal. That's true.
Well, that happens with Republican governors' leadership.
Yeah, but see, all of the the people who were called Democrats before, when the 1960s civil rights action came through, they all turned into Republicans. They switched from being Democrats to being Republicans. So we've always had the same sort of whack jobs. Former Klan members, not to accuse a certain sitting senator of being one of them, but is 45 laundering through Qatar now.
I don't know if you heard that, but he wants countries of peace to band together and give them $1 billion each. And he controls the pot.
Yeah, well, I think the countries of peace are going to tell him where to stick his $1 billion idea.
But yeah, supposedly he's giving oil money to Qatar to hold.
The second you say oil money, I've lived in Texas too long to trust oil money. Yeah, I got he's laundering through Qatar. I got a yes as my end. I got him getting together with him to do it. he's very uneasy about it because he's not sure how he's going to get it back. But I don't think we should ever give money to a country whose name we can't really say. And that's just me being Anglo-Saxon English person.
I do have the devil here and the world card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's something going on there in the past. There's some, yeah, this is money laundering. So I got the 3 of coins. So here's your finances, darkness, and the decision which way to go card. So it's like moving money. It's kind of like the 2 of coins, kind of, but it's like moving money in a dark way and cooking books.
Mm-hmm.
Things will be reported on and be seen. The Sun, Ace of Cups, being exhausted. I think reporters are exhausted. It keeps them in business, but they're exhausted of digging in all the crimes. But we'll find out about it. I had the 5 of coins on the bottom, so I think a treasury or something may have lost money.
No, look who I got on the bottom of it. Materialism.
Stealing.
Okay, if Cohen can pay $1 million to get a pardon from Trump, he'll do it. Probably will. Since we no longer have anyone checking and balancing, the president just signs them when he's handed one.
Well, he probably doesn't even know that. That I can't remember his name now. Who's the pardon guy? He's the guy that got booted out of D.C. and Gene Perillo took over.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, he probably just gets the money in the bank account and he just does the auto pen and poof, you have a pardon.
I'm trying. Some of these questions are not making sense to me. Okay. Oh, this one. Does anyone know if there's a No King's Day on January 20th? You can go to your local indivisible groups. You can go to your local League of Women Voters. They'll all know. Or go to your people in your precinct. They'll know. And January 20th is Tuesday.
I did hear there is one coming up. I can't remember when. But it was the end of the month in the 20th time. I can't remember a date.
Okay, let's see. This one is. We talked a little about this. He's threatening tariffs against any country that doesn't want him to get into Greenland. He threatens tariffs every day, and none of them ever stick, and all they do is screw up our economy. And I mean, they already cost. What's the distillery? Jim Beam closed because their biggest market was Europe, and they couldn't export to Europe because of what his tariffs did to them. So. Okay.
Well, I think the EU has the advantage over this one.
Mm-hmm.
As far as tariffs go.
Okay. Will FIFA Cup be held in the U.S.? We answered that one. I'm trying to find a question we haven't hit.
Oh no.
All politicians are real people, is what I know. Okay. I agree. They're people, but I don't think their heads stay attached in the right direction for the good of all. When you're a politician, you're not just dealing for yourself, you're dealing for the people in your area. And I don't mean just the people that live in your house. You're supposed to be dealing for the broader group of the good. Okay.
Pam says Del Monte is closing
Really?
in California. In California.
Hmm. I wonder. Somebody said they always thought that the collaboration that Midas Touch had with Cohen was naive. He was a mobster, and they should never have trusted him. I mean, I never watched him even on Midas Touch, and even when he was with other people, I thought were relatively good. I didn't like anything about the man from the day he walked in there.
Yeah, I think we gave him a pass because he testified and took the hit, but the more you listen to him and the more you see things come out, it's like, yeah, he's hiding secrets he should have talked about.
Mm-hmm. Well, so are all the writers that write these tell-all books after the fact. If they shouldn't be lauded. Okay, is Marco running for prez?
Marco
think he is.
future for president of the United States.
I'm not so sure Marco wakes up in the morning knowing who Marco is, but that's okay. I'll take this as a serious question. No. What I get is he's been torn down once in that process. He wouldn't begin to have any kind of funding behind him. He kind of likes it right where he is. He's in a comfortable spot as far as he's concerned. He doesn't like the fighting and the backbiting that goes on, and he's not willing to build the race. It's a big part of running for office is you have to be willing to build the race.
I mean, obviously he's heard the talk.
Mm-hmm.
He does think about it in the back of his mind. Page of Cups, World, and Seven of Coins is building on something. But he has a problem. He's associated with this administration.
We had a problem before he got there. I mean, presidents who really make a difference are people who have something at the center. And what has Marco ever had? Even when he ran before.
It's name. I don't think he had the name recognition before to bring it out before. And that was 2016, but my outcome is him walking away from running.
Mm-hmm.
Hierophant, Ace of Cups, Four of Wands, and then walking away. Walking away from government.
I think he thought if he got in the PowerPoint that he would, and well, he should have known it was going to be crazy because Trump was running it. But
the GOP is going to have to totally rebrand itself to be, legitimate.
Jesse Ventura is running for governor again? Question mark.
He stays to himself. He had one video that he spoke out about this administration. He's old. I don't think he wants anything to do with government.
Yeah, but then, look at our government. That would not dissuade anyone who's old. I'm a young chick in that crowd. That's, and I know I'm old. So. Absolutely not. I got 5 no's. No, he doesn't want the pressure, and no, he doesn't want to run the race. That's building the race he doesn't feel like he has the personal power to do it. He doesn't want to have to face all the decisions it would take to get there. And no, he just doesn't want it. He got the 9 of Cups upside down. He just doesn't want it. So he's a no, 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 no.
4 of Cups. He's too lazy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he has the health and stamina to want to do it with the 8 of Coins and the 8 of Cups.
He also doesn't have the people around him that he had that helped him before.
Yeah.
Your friends get old too, and they die.
I get nothing.
Barb keeps posting his question. It's not normal for the U.S. trying to take over Greenland. Yes, that's true. We have military bases there. What does he want? He just wants attention. That's because his drunken what was that guy that got on all 3 of the talk shows on a Sunday right at the end of Trump's first term, and he was so sloshy drunk he could barely speak. And he
was speaking for him?
Yeah, speaking for him. He said, we're going to go get Greenland. And he was on Chuck Todd, and Chuck Todd was going, we're going to go get what? I mean, it's really, and he said,
I don't remember.
oh God, he was so sloshed out drunk, and they cut his mic finally. And then Trump.
Sounds like Rudy.
No, it wasn't Rudy. It was this other little Weasley looking guy that followed Trump around. Anyway, that's why the whole thing about Greenland came up, and then they found out Greenland really belongs to Denmark, and Denmark didn't like them saying that all that much.
Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous. I mean, we have total access now to Greenland.
So does Canada. Canada has more reason to want to hold on to Greenland than we do. This is kind of true. China lies about its economy, according to Let's Real Talk. Former financial analyst and Chinese dissident. If y'all want to call Sean and ask him some weird questions on his show, he lived in Guam in his teen years. His dad moved over there when he was a teenager, and he went over. And he was there from 16 to 29, and he learned a whole lot about China. And China has a shrinking economy. It has a population that can't support what they need to do now. I mean, they're in real trouble, and he'll tell you all about. He does a whole back thing on China's economy that I don't understand or know, but yes, it's true. The Chinese lie.
Yeah, they've had a housing crisis for years now.
Well, they have a people crisis. They have. Have you ever seen how many more men they have in childbearing years than women? It's unreal.
Well, the problem with minerals in Greenland, Deb, is that it's
they're under a glacier.
Under a glacier, and you can only get those minerals maybe 2 months out of the year.
If they can get to them then.
Right.
Okay. Kristi Noem's warning Americans they should carry proof of citizenship. Well, that's okay. You can carry it. They arrested 3 tribal members of the Sioux tribe last week.
I heard that.
Okay.
I guess it's more about the future of Kristi Noem.
What do you want to know about Kristi?
More about her future, I guess.
Okay. When do you want to know when she might be gone? Because I got a feeling we might pull a card on that.
Supposedly impeachment articles are drafted.
Okay, I got my one timing card on it. 10 weeks. 10, that's a timing card for me when I'm asking timing questions. All the rest of them is, no, she's not right about anything. So we won't go into those because we know that.
That woman has stole so much money from ICE. It's unreal. So in the past, she did some secretive things with the moon, money projects and whatnot, associated with some male figure with a king. Current, I get she's getting stabbed in the back hard right now with a 10 of swords.
Well, she keeps opening her back up to people with knives. I don't understand how that could ever happen.
So I got 10 of swords, ace of wands, and queen of swords. So something in the background is happening there in the current situation.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are going to talk about her. Two of wands, high priestess, and the star. And so I think there's some secret stuff. People are spilling the beans on her.
Mm-hmm.
What she's doing. Outcome, ace of swords, the truth will come out from her. Eight of pentacles, page of swords, spies, and judgment upon her. So timing fired. It doesn't show, when it fired, it just talks about judgment upon her, with investigations, people spilling the beans about what she's doing. Seven of swords, she's a huge liar on the bottom. I think I need to do something else for an outcome.
I think she's being set up to take the fall.
Something like that.
So when it all falls down, she's going to be the one.
That's a good deduction on the
Okay.
spread.
I had to read this twice to figure it out. What is the strategy between Bill and Hillary for refusing to testify against Epstein?
It's okay.
I'm just going to ask why they won't. And I have a strong feeling I understand. Self-incrimination can be a problem. But the other problem I'll tell you is that guy had a lot of money and he floated around in a lot of circles other than the sex trafficking. He floated around in arms deals and other stuff. And when you go to big political gatherings and you stand around those people, you don't know who's into what. And, not that I ever ran in those things, but you get your pictures taken with everybody that's there. And if you don't know what the hell other stuff they're up to, I can remember there was a city councilman that he ended up dying in a federal prison in Ohio. I had my picture taken with him. He seemed like a nice enough guy, seemed like he was doing good stuff in his area. He was taking kickbacks from all the developers that they were using federal money to bring in. And both he and his wife went down for it. Well, how would I know that? I was just staffing a party,
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Yeah, they don't. I can tell you they don't want to talk. Okay. Yeah. It's because of the value to their reputations. They have changed completely in their understanding of who he is. They've viewed it from the perspective, and there's no value. It just destroys them and what family values they have left. And there's no value to them to testifying about Epstein because everything everybody needs to know about Epstein's in all those pages, and them speaking up ain't going to change it. What do you see?
For some reason, I'm getting a sense of public service. So that could be reputation in the past. Four of Wands, Queen of Cups, and Five of Swords. So that feels like reputational, what they've done in the past. Current energy, Eight of Coins. So that's like working on project. Page of Cups and Judgment. it feels more reputational too.
Mm-hmm.
It is judgment against them, offering testimony with a page.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Moving forward, I get the Seven of Wands. That always looks like a defending card too. You know.
Oh yeah, it can be, and you have to look at the image that they put up. But they're on the higher ground, so why should they go fight something that's going to hurt them?
Yeah. So then the Eight of Swords, stuck, and then Three of Cups. So I think that's a winning message there by Eight of Swords not doing it. Outcome. Six of Swords, leaving for better times. Seven of Pentacles. That feels like there's information there. Ace of Wands, they have the power. And Empress. What is the strategy? It really doesn't. I didn't get a lot of coins. I mean, I did.
I don't think it does them any good. I mean, I don't think they can help in any way.
No, I don't. I don't think they really have anything relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Setting a precedent. It feels like before they even testify or can be held, things are going to come out.
Mm-hmm.
I think the files are coming out soon. I got the Sun. It feels like a non-issue, but I don't think they have anything relevant relativity to give. It feels more like a judicial precedent because other people haven't testified with their subpoenas, maybe like Jim Jordan and others. But it doesn't show here my card and thoughts about them hiding something. It just feels more like a strategic tool.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, they're lawyers. They got good lawyers, so they obviously feel they're doing the right thing.
Okay. Frontal lobe dementia is so recognizable now. How can they keep propping them up? As long as they can keep propping them up. As long as you have media taking pictures of him in a major conference on oil, and he just gets up and wanders to a window.
We're all judicial experts now. We're all what do you call it?
Psychologists, psychiatrists,
mental health professionals now.
Well, and we boxed, there were years before all this happened that there were mental health specialists then saying this guy's falling apart, and they couldn't make that judgment because some point in the 60s they made that judgment about somebody and they got zomped by the courts about speaking out, and they hadn't examined him personally. I mean, some stuff you don't have to examine personally to know that someone's out of control.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen it his first term. But it was more of just missing words than what's going on now.
Okay. Somebody's asking if we know when his supporters are going to turn on him. They're turning on him now. You're just not seeing it. I mean, that's anecdotal, but I spoke to a woman that I read and we were talking about some stuff. And her brother, who's been a big Trumper, he's out of the East Coast, but was a big Trumper. He was talking to her and he's disillusioned. And she said, I never thought he would get that way.
Yeah, it takes a lot when you're in that cult.
Well, and also when they keep reporting that cult. If they go out and they go interview. Remember when they used to go to all the Trump rallies and they talked to all those crazy people? For every one of them, there were 4 or 5 people outside of that rally that were being normal. Why weren't we talking to normal people? They made it feel like that's where we were going. And so then we got,
Oh,
here's a popular one.
Indigo's MAGA sister took a 180 this weekend. Woot woot.
Oh, well, good for you. On a good note, there's more tourism to Greenland. If you just count the diplomats going over there.
Diplomats, ships from Europe, more troops. Party time.
Oh, and somebody talked about this Real Talk person they were talking about that does Chinese things. She talks about how they really don't have the number of people they say they have. They had a huge number of people that died during COVID. So, and then they have a shrinking population. Yeah, there's a lot of China's. That's why China wants to go to Taiwan, because Taiwan's not all effed up like they were. I'm trying to find things. I'm trying to find.
Michael Wolf is suing
Who?
Melania back.
Oh, good. Fine. Let's all go to the courts. We all know how fast that works. China has a loneliness crisis because they screwed with their population statistics. They had their one-child policies. Why do you think we have so many lovely, charming Chinese-born but adopted in the U.S. females in this country? What is the most popular app? Are you dead yet? Is a sign. Oh, yeah, I read that article. It was kind of meaningless to me. Okay, Liz Pamela. I'm not going to go to past lives unless I've read them. Yes, ICE is effing stupid by detaining Native Americans. But it's just a disregard for anyone who's not them.
It's because they're angry and they get they make their money on arresting anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they get released or not. They get paid on arrests. So they're going hog wild and it doesn't matter to them.
What? Alon inserted metal in his brain to be strong. Keep doing it, Alon. It'll get you.
Did he insert his chip? I don't know. I haven't heard.
I have no idea. That's so stupid. And they're not doing. I don't take the pills they tell me to take. I'm not going to put metal in my brain.
That guy is so gone.
Yeah, well, he's another one.
He's still nuts posting daily. I mean, like, when does he work? He posts 100+ times on his X daily, and it's all crazy.
I don't know. Everything, this is all going to...
You're still way back time?
I'm in way back time. Pick something out from up front and let me...
There's a lot of questions up front.
Okay. Do you know anything about ICE detaining truck drivers?
Yes.
Are they?
Any that look immigrant, they're detaining them.
Well, don't get a good tan, Scott.
Yeah.
We need you.
Supposedly, Duffy got into the truck driving system and what do they call it? Took away license of everyone that's supposedly immigrant.
Oh no.
So yeah, there's like 10,000 less truck drivers now or something. Good morning, Danny Shay.
Somebody thinks something's going to happen on the White House lawn. Do we think anything's going to happen on the White House lawn? Not this weekend because they're having a blizzard. So.
Oh, this summer or whatever. Remember they were gonna. He wants to have a WWE event. Put up the fight. The fight.
Do you want to see if that's really going to happen, Scott? This is too much fun.
It's fucking nuts. You know, Department of Education is a McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
Is that WWE fight gonna happen in the lawn, in the White House lawn this summer? Is that? I don't know. I'm just getting a big no in my brain.
I got a yes. If he's still in office, he'll make it happen. He thinks it's what the country wants and needs. So how we nurture ourselves is with WWE.
I don't know. I get so many that are like, yes, they want it to happen, but then I get a no in the middle of the cards. Government forming contracts and then a 5 of swords, no. Wanting it to happen financially, page of wands, touting it up, and then I get a 5 of cups, no.
Mm-hmm.
So I get a lot of 5s in between wanting it to happen. So
there's lots of change out there, lots of chance for opportunities for change. Okay. Do you think Buttigieg is setting himself up to run for presidential run or for the senator of Indiana?
Well, he lives in Michigan.
Yeah, I know. So I think the presidential run would be the more.
So he would have to move again for an Indiana. Oh, I got to clear these cards. Okay. Pete Buttigieg, what are you planning? What's your plan, Pete? Pete Buttigieg.
He's hoping and wishing it will happen, and he's starting to build the bridge. But the background to it is he knows there's so many other issues behind him, despite his brain, that he can't, having trouble raising money. This country's not ready for the change it would take, and he's not going to be foolish enough to put himself out there before he knows he has a shot. So
weird.
What'd you get?
It's confusing me because I got an outcome of not running for anything. Page of Swords, 5 of Wands.
Maybe he's an influencer.
And the Heartbreaker.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's a bad ending. But his current thoughts are running for higher office.
Mm-hmm.
Knight of Coins, Knight of Cups, and Strength card. So I'm like, running for president? Have I seen those 3? I'm like, yeah. But the outcome cards are kind of weird. And I can't tell if this is like current energy that it like these should be switched kind of. But I think he set himself up well with the past cards. All about the coins, the hard work, what he did in the past, and the Page of Cups, the fresh young voice. Bottom, I think he's loved. Ace of Cups. He is speaking a lot. He must be getting speaking fees.
Mm-hmm.
He was in La Crosse speaking for the Democrat candidate for Wisconsin 3 to get rid of Derek Van Orton. She ran last time against him and barely lost.
Mm-hmm.
So the big change is she can definitely beat Van Orton.
When will the tables turn about knowing about ICE and immigrants? So I'm going to take this as, when will the tables turn on ICE officially? And I mean, I know other than Trump being dead.
I see.
It's already turned, from what I see statistically. People don't think it's right, but
I see MAGA comments that they don't understand how Obama could, because people say Obama, in his administration deported more, right?
mm-hmm.
They can't understand using the legal process and actually finding criminals or people that
and stopping them before they came through the border.
Right. They just can't understand that. That you don't need chaos in the streets and picking up kids from school to be an ICE agent.
Mm-hmm.
They just can't get that through their skull.
Well, I had to employ all those guys they let out of the federal pen that attacked the Congress, They had to get them a job somehow. What I see is it's rapidly moving forward, that people dislike of it. They sat there for a while saying, this can't really be going on, but the strength of the country is not behind it. But is it going to end tomorrow? No, I don't. I think it's going to take 4 to 6 more months before they're completely gone.
What looks to me is that I think Congress is going to take away their funding.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it'll happen pretty quick. The policies. I'm seeing Congress stand up here at some point. And once that is done, and it's led by Democrats here, the devil taking away the funding of the King of Pentacles. Yeah, the current, like you said, it's pretty rough right now. 2 of Swords, 10 of Swords, Knight of Cups. It's like there's this bad energy taking people that shouldn't. At 10 of Swords. But then I get the World, 6 of Swords, 3 of Cups, and the 4 of Swords. And that tells me things getting better. We have a celebration throughout the whole United States.
Mm-hmm.
And 4 of Swords is reeling back things, taking a break, time out. And I think it's taking the funding. I think Congress takes the funding away. There's a bill passed, whatever, that reins it in. There's so many things. I think the Republicans finally get fed up enough. I think we possibly could see more deaths.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
unfortunately, I think that's going to happen. And I think they're going to shoot a kid. That's what I think is going to happen when people finally lose it completely. January 20th, Free America walkout. It's supposed something time to 2 p.m. local. I don't know. Go Google Free America walkout. I don't have time to do that because I'm supposed to be taking care of you guys. Oh, it's time to walk out of your job. Okay.
Yeah, it's freaking. This whole thing is cruel.
It is. It's nuts.
I personally, I think Pete's going to run the circuit, support Democrats running, speak for them, and I think he's setting himself up for 2028.
Welcome to Carrie Gilbert. First time here.
Hey, Carrie.
Remember to like and subscribe. We need all the help we can get. We manage to say enough every week to offend someone, so we lose a few. We gained a few more. Oh, somebody's working at home Tuesday, so she can go out and walk on the porch, and she'll have walked out of work. Yeah, when you're walking out of work, tune in on Tuesday. I'm going to have Jeffrey, who's going to be on with me. We're going to have open mic. We're going to be answering spiritual questions. Don't ask the kind of questions we ask here. First of all, Jeffrey lives in Mexico, and he doesn't know. And let's see. Current comment. Would Putin go to war with us over Greenland? Not unless he wanted to be totally scrunched. Because they wouldn't be fighting with us. They'd be fighting for Denmark, who's been part of NATO for a long time. Danish are very nice people. A very pretty country. They don't have an offensive orange president. Do you have a comment on that, Scott? I don't think so.
We're at 1:30.
Okay, we're ready to leave then. Let's see if I see. Okay.
Find some inspiration for the week.
Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, I'm going to choose color for this week. It's time to be colorful. No, I'm going to do angels and auras.
Yeah. My 3 cards here are Queen of Coins, Queen of Cups, and 2 of Coins.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one. Feminine energy. The ability to make anything more beautiful. Listen to your heart and insights and take care of others.
Mm-hmm.
And then bring fun to everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels like listen to yourself, take care of self and others in your circle, and bring joy. So I think just bring happiness into your life and not take things so seriously. It's a chaotic scene out there, and it breaks my heart, and I feel those feelings, like it's affecting me too lately, and it's hard not to feel for people, especially after the shooting in Minneapolis, and then you start seeing other cruelties that they're doing to people, like ripping them out of cars and beating them up and taking them away, and it's hard. But to remember yourself, remember the self-care.
This is what I got for us today. It was the time to go. See, we're all packed up, ready to leave. The energy of completion is surrounding you at the moment. A situation or relationship that has benefited you in the past has run its course, so it's now time to make the changes you need in your own heart and be ready for it. Happiness and a breath of fresh air await you in the next near future. Archangel Michael is standing by your side, your guardian angel, and has your back. They're offering you the courage and the sense of safety you need to make life changes that are truly good for your interest. You've got it. Trust yourself. So I think that's a perfect card for right now. It's like we all feel, I think that's the problem, is we all feel like this should have been over, and it's not over yet. And we're still, well, it shouldn't have started, but since it started, it should be over. And I think it's really time for us to seek the breath of fresh air. If you can walk out of wherever you are working on Tuesday, walk out. And you have our thoughts and prayers with you. I've got Jeffrey on Tuesday. I've got Scott next Sunday. And I've got some readings in between. But I caught the crud, and I've really been kind of hiding. So, and Scott's avoiding the cold.
Yeah. I hope the boss calls it off tomorrow. It's supposed to be like minus 15 wind chill.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a bad storm coming through tonight.
Our trucks may not start too well tomorrow morning.
That's true. I remember those days. I had an MG that had a plug that came out of the front grill, little MGA. And people come up and they go, "Oh, that's how it runs. It really doesn't run on gas," because it was so light I could pick up the back fender. But it, if you've never seen an MGA, they're teeny tiny little cars, and the reason we had the plug was wherever I went, they had to have a plug on the outside of their house, and most people in the north do because they have Christmas lights. And I could plug my car in and keep the oil warm, because if I left it out, the oil pan would freeze. The temperatures were so cold. Yes, I remember those days. And it also had the button you push to get the gas and oil to blend right. It was an old car. It was built in 1955. So
Thanks, Nanette. Yeah, I got something scratchy in my throat, kinda.
and I gave it to Scott.
I feel fine. It's just my throat feels kind of.
And yes, we're aware they're that Trump's violating everything. And I'm as frustrated as the next person with the Congress for not doing more. We should have done more 4 years ago, but we can't go back and change history backwards. So now we understand what we need to do in the future. So if y'all want more political questions, go to Sean. He'll be glad to answer you. He's real good with the numbers. He can tell you all that stuff. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Blessings.
Bye.